Okay, I'm going to talk about dogs that are used in law enforcement. Here's a picture of a puppy and
He's got to grow into that thing.
Yep, it's to show the size that they'll get with their
Yeah.
harnesses. So the history of canines in law enforcement, they've been used in agencies for over 100 years now. The English began using bloodhounds in 1888 to track Jack the Ripper. So bloodhounds are more for tracking. By 1910, Germany had police dogs in over 600 of the largest cities there. And then in the 1970s, the uses of dogs in law enforcement began in the United States. And today they are considered a part of the police force, and some of the dogs even have their own badges, so they are their own officers. So what a police dog does is they are used for assisting police departments in locating illegal drugs, locating explosives, tracking fugitives or missing persons, and apprehending fleeing and non-compliant suspects. So they are basically the officer's partner, but a canine. So one of the main breeds of dog that they use is a German Shepherd. This German Shepherd is preferred by law enforcement because of their strength, intelligence, teachability, and obedience. A German Shepherd is utilized in the detection of narcotics and explosives, and they are also used in tracking and apprehension of human suspects. These were more towards when they first started using dogs in the law enforcement, and nowadays they use Belgian Malinois. And today these are more commonly used in law enforcement, and they are trained differently. They are used for the detection of odors from narcotics, explosives, and also accelerants. So in cases of arson and fires, they can sniff out the accelerant that was used. And they are also used to track human and suspect apprehension. And the last main breed that police officers use is the Dutch Shepherd, and these were originally herding dogs in Holland. Today they are used for odor detection from narcotics and explosives, and they also do tracking and suspect apprehension. And the Purdue Police Department does have a Dutch Shepherd as their canine. That's the breed they have. So training, there are two different types of training that you can go through with your canine. One of the main Indiana training facilities is Von Lick Kennels, which is what Purdue uses. One way is to begin training when they're puppies, 7 to 14 months, with their assigned officer, and then they train for 12 weeks with that officer. Another way is you get an adult dog that is not trained and you train it with the officer, but it's older. That is not as common as getting them as puppies. The most difficult part of training is building the relationship between the dog and the officer. This is also the most crucial part of training, because if they can't bond well together, then they're not going to do well out in the field. Also, all police canines are trained in foreign languages. Generally, where their breed is originated is what they train them in, and they train them in foreign languages so that no one else can call the dog off in the case of pursuit or when it does attack. And all dogs are rewarded after completing the task, even if it's a real-life situation. They take them back away and they give them a tennis ball, a treat, something to reward them for doing a good job and completing the task. I have 2 videos.
Okay.
So as you can see in that video, the dog did get a toy after locating the drugs in the car.
Okay.
Even on the site there, they get that reward.
Okay.
And there's another video. This one's kind of funny.
Not the first takedown with this guy? Oh, that's good. That is good.
So that shows that even at a young age,
Yeah.
they're training them. And also, the older they get, the harder the training gets. So these dogs are trained to continue biting even if the suspect is hitting them. Dogs have been stabbed and shot, and they keep fighting. Their main goal is to protect the officer because that's their bond.
That's their job. Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, so I got a question. Since we're building in some environmental factors here, can you tell me a little bit about how they transport them when they're in the back of the car? Any precautions they take? Do you have any
Yeah, so
knowledge of that?
they're like basically in kennels. So in the back of a police car, instead of like a back seat, it would be a kennel where they have food and water bowls and
Okay.
stuff like that in there. And then also, if the officer's not in the car, they'll leave the air conditioning on, the heating on for the dog
Okay.
throughout the day. And then an Explorer type car, it's like in the trunk part to where the door is easy open with a clicker, so that if the officer is running, they can just hit a button and the doors automatically open and the dogs can come out.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah, because that always worries me in hot weather. I know there has been instances where let's say the cooling mechanism has failed or the car quit or something, and so you got to be really careful. I think some are equipped with the officer has something on their body that records or displays what's the temperature in their vehicle. Like say they go into a restaurant or something. That's the safest thing to do.